What's going on? It's Dr. Gonzo Boogie here again, and this video is actually going to be a vinyl record update, and I've actually never done a record update before, so this is the first time I've done a video like this. So if it gets some views at all, and it seems like anybody's interested in my vinyl collection or the vinyls that I pick up, I'll probably do more videos like this. So let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see me do more videos about my vinyl collection. But the reason I'm doing this video is because this weekend I had gone down to a thrift store that I check out every once in a while called Torrington Pickers. It's in the area I live in, and it's kind of like, it's not really a thrift store. It's like this guy owns this place and he buys stuff from people. So anything, he's got records to clocks to CDs and DVDs, which is what I go there to usually check out. But I always check out the records he gets, and he usually has a couple boxes and crates and records on the shelf. So I was flipping through, and I collected a lot of new wave and punk stuff, and every once in a while I will find something at his place, so I always like to check out what he has. And this weekend I just found some of the best records I've ever found anywhere, and I couldn't believe it. If you collect punk rock or new wave type records at all, or 80s type music, this stuff is just really awesome. Some of this I never thought I would ever find. Like even if I went to an actual record store, I would be surprised if they had all this stuff, and if they did, it would probably be pretty expensive. And I got 6 records at his place this weekend, and I only paid like about $2 for each one. He gave me a deal since I picked up a bunch of stuff, because I got some records and a couple other things from him. But yeah, I guess I'll go through and show you guys the records I picked up, because some of this stuff I just couldn't believe. This is actually a record from the Bauhaus, which I think is how you pronounce this band's name. I'm actually not the best with stuff like that, but this is the single EP, like 12-inch single thing they put out called Bela Lugosi's Dead, and this is actually, I think, one of their earliest releases. And it's the release that got me into them. When I heard their song Bela Lugosi's Dead, I was like, this band's awesome. I went out and bought their singles collection. It's a 2-disc collection I have from them, and it's really good. They have a lot of really good songs. Just a really great post-punk band. Really good rock band, punk band in general. And I never thought I would find this. This is actually like a really rare 12-inch single. Like, I never thought I would ever find this at a thrift store or any store like that. And this is really cool. This is actually the picture that caught my eye. I was flipping through and I saw this. This is actually a still shot from the movie The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. And that's another name I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing right. Then when I flipped it over and saw this, I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. Like I said, one of the best finds I've ever found at a record store, and this was the first thing I found there. And I kept digging through, and the more I dug through, I kept finding gold in my eyes. Right here I actually found Joy Division's first album, Unknown Pleasures, and it's in pretty good condition for sitting in a bin at a junk store. And this again is a record that I never thought I would ever own. I own this on CD, and I have pretty much all Joy Division's recordings on CD. They're just one of my favorite bands ever. Them and New Order, just one of the best 80s new wave things, or music projects around. Joy Division's just great, and New Order is also awesome. This is the Factory Records release, and the great thing about this and Joy Division, there's no track listing anywhere. There's no band information or anything. It just says Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures, and then it has the Factory Records number. And I just always thought that was really cool about them. They're just a really cool band. I think they did the punk goth thing really good. I think they did it better than anybody. And in my opinion, any punk goth band that followed after them was highly inspired off of what Joy Division was doing with their drums and bass and everything. Just very ahead of their time, and just very inspirational. One of my favorite bands ever. And again, I just never thought I would ever find this. And along with this, Joy Division's single Love Will Tear Us Apart. This is actually the 12-inch single release of Love Will Tear Us Apart. And again, I never thought I would ever find this on record. This is just awesome. And again, not a lot of information on here about the band or anything, just some really cool Joy Division artwork here, and really awesome. Just a great looking vinyl record, in pretty good condition too. The record itself is in really good condition, and the sleeve is, you know, in the condition you would hope for when you're picking up records for $2 at a thrift store. Just, you know, pretty good. This was actually the last Joy Division record I found there, which is Substance, which is a collection released after the band had split up. And this is a really good collection. I think this is better than the collection that was put out earlier called Still, which was mostly like unreleased stuff and like outtakes in the studio, stuff like that. It was this is more like a singles collection and just a collection of like hard to find B-sides and stuff like that. So I just always thought this was a really cool CD and release and everything. I also have this on CD. I have pretty much all Joy Division stuff on CD, and the vinyl like packaging for this is really cool too. The other sleeve, the inner sleeve, just very Factory Records and Joy Division looking, just awesome. I love everything about this. And again, just an awesome find. It's great stuff. And then next up here is actually another record that I was really happy to find. This is New Order's Blue Monday 12-inch single. And Blue Monday is actually my favorite song from New Order. I got into New Order after I had collected all Joy Division's music and listened to it a bajillion times. I was like, well, why not go on to New Order? And Blue Monday is just a great song, one of the best songs that really got famous in the 80s for like post-punk and synth pop. I just think it's one of the best songs, definitely again ahead of their time and inspirational, just really good stuff, one of the best dance songs in my opinion. And this is just a really cool looking vinyl. I'll try to like hold it back, get the glare off if I can. It's supposed to look like a floppy disk from the 80s and early 90s and everything, like one of the old school bigger floppy disks, and it looks just really cool. I love when, you know, records or anything tries to like pull off something like this, and it totally goes to their style, the way they're very like computeristic and trying to do stuff like that, inspired off like the craft work, like robotic type stuff and everything like that. Just really cool. And I love this. This is, out of everything I could have wanted from New Order, this was at the top of my list when it came to vinyl, so I was so happy to find this. I just wish it was in a little bit better condition, because the vinyl sleeve is a little bit dirty. But other than that, it's actually in pretty good condition. And next up, I actually found there, and this was the last thing that I bought there, was the Tom Club's 12-inch single of Wordy Rapping Hood, which is really cool. I like the basic design on this, even though I would have liked the picture. So I think this is pretty, you know, pretty cool, but pretty different at the same time. Not really what I was expecting from a Tom Club single, because they always have really bright and colorful artwork. But I was still happy to pick this up anyways. And of course, just like all these, this is the original release of this. Just really cool. And the B-side, Spooks. And this is just great. This was in really good condition. I mean, a little dirty, but for white vinyl, that's pretty much all white. You know, I think I got lucky with the condition of this. This is just cool. The Tom Club, of course, is a like Talking Heads spin-off type band, if you would call it that. But they are a good group on their own, especially their first album, which I think is just really great and beats some of the Talking Heads recordings in my opinion. This is just really cool though. I was glad to find this, and that was actually the last record I picked up there. But there's another record that I picked up a couple weeks ago at a thrift store for $1. That was new wave punk related, so I figured I would show it in this video too, because I always figured when else would I have a chance to show it. This is actually a single from the soundtrack Dr. Detroit from Devo, which is really cool. Devo's cool. I've never been the biggest Devo fan. I only own their first album on CD, but I would buy more of their stuff. I just never got that big into Devo yet, but they're still a band that I like to collect and everything, especially on vinyl, because they have really awesome artwork, Devo, and I like a lot of their earlier stuff they did. But I thought this was cool. There's a movie with Dan Aykroyd in it that I've never seen, but like I said, I just thought this was a very interesting and cool looking LP, very bright, very new wave looking, very Devo looking too. You know, it fits with all their other albums, the way they look. Just cool though. This actually comes with the theme from Dr. Detroit and 2 B-sides, which is pretty cool. And the A side is actually a disco, or no, a dance mix of the theme. So that's cool. And I was happy to find this one too. But those are all the punk and new wave records that I found recently. And like I mentioned before, if anyone seems interested in seeing me doing more videos like this, I'll definitely be happy to post more videos about my vinyl collection. And definitely leave a comment or give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and thanks for watching. Hey, I forgot one thing. I forgot to promote and plug my own CD that was just finished recently, which is my band that I'm in with my friend Joel, called the Microwave Radiation Victims. We actually just finished our first real like full-length CD, and we're real proud of it. We've actually been working on this since Halloween, so we've been working on it for a lot of months now, and we're glad to finally get this done. We actually started working on it before Halloween, but that's when we really started to work on this album. So it's been a long time now, and it's finally mixed, which I did all the mixing for this album, and it was really hard to do because we don't have the best equipment, we don't have a lot of money, so we work with what we can. We self-record and produce all our own material, and you know, we did this on our spare time with our own money, and I designed the artwork for this. Me and my friends took the photo, and that's actually a picture of me and my friend Joel, who's the guitarist and singer of the band, and I do a lot of the electronics and like production work, like the drums and synthesizers and keyboard and stuff like that. And we finally put this out, and if you're interested in checking this out, you could listen to the whole album for free on my other YouTube channel, which I'll put a link to below. But it's called Microwave Radiation Victims, which is actually the name of our band, the Microwave Radiation Victims. And the album is called Songs from the Cemetery, and it's a punk rock, like noise rock album. So I would say we're influenced from a lot of different bands, from like the Velvet Underground and Bowie, all the way up to punk bands like the Germs and the Dead Kennedys. So, you know, if you're interested in any music like that, you know, give it a try. You know, I doubt it's everybody's cup of tea, because it is a little, you know, experimental. Because we also listen to a lot of bands like Sonic Youth and stuff, bands that aren't, you know, like to do like experimentations and stuff like that. And we've always been a band that's for stuff like that. Really, not to have too many limitations and kind of just, you know, have fun with it. So, you know, if anybody's interested in checking that out, I'll put a link to my channel and a link to the full video for the album. And if you want any more information about the CD or anything like that, definitely just send me a message over YouTube.